Hello and welcome, it's Ignorant Northerner here, and this is my Raw review. Well, Raw started with a recap of last week's Roman Reigns Samoa Joe feud. It seems to be starting up, more on that later because it does get some traction. Kurt Angle opens up as normal, pretty much. I did like last week where they didn't open with that, so that was a nice change, but obviously they had to go back to that today. He starts telling us what's coming up as Jason Jordan's music hits. Who comes out to, let's be fair, a lot of booze. And basically says that he wants Roman Reigns in a Continental title opportunity and that he took him to the limit last time and that he can do it. At this point, Roman Reigns comes out and the fans are still cheering him, it seems, or at least for now while he's part of the Shield. Not sure how long it's going to last when that Shield eventual breakup does happen. It has to happen at some point. Roman states that he's not even bothered about Jordan, that he wants Joe. He makes a comment about him using his dad to get stuff. Jason fires back at him saying that you've been given everything, you're the poster boy. At this point, Joe comes out. Full set of crowd going, Joe, 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 Joe. You can hear him. It's pretty impressive. He accepts Roman's challenge, leaving kind of Jordan as this middle thing at the moment. And yeah, it just issues the challenge, just warns him that basically he will defeat him. And then out of nowhere, Jason Jordan just comes out and kind of badly suplexes Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns, I suppose, was not supposed to see it coming, but it looked like Roman Reigns just took the spot. Roman then says that Joe can wait and that he's going to fight Jason Jordan for the Intercontinental title right now. And that's what we get. We get a nice little Intercontinental title match. It's a weird match. And starts off with Roman getting a lot of the offense, as you would assume. And then there's a point where Jason Jordan starts coming back, drives him into the post twice. And that's really where Jordan starts getting his momentum. At that point, from that point, it starts going downhill as they said that Jordan tweaks his knee. You don't get to see, well, you do get to see in a replay, but it's because it's during the commercial break. And you're starting to see that knee issue again where Jason Jordan's using it slightly to get out of stuff. Obviously, Roman Reigns wins. I thought it was a pretty great match. It made Jordan look quite good. Even in loss, he could take that loss and grow. It didn't really hurt Reigns anything apart from when Joe insulted that it took him too long, came out in the ring. At this point, somewhat weird happens as he's beaten down, or trying to beat on Roman Reigns and put him in the Coquina clutch. Coquina clutch, should I say. Jason Jordan suplexes Samoa Joe and then gets Superman punched for it, which I thought got a little bit messy, confusing about who's facing who at the end. I suppose as the commentator says that the Superman punch was for the suplex at the start, even though it just helped him. I'm not sure. Kurt backstage gets on the phone to Stephanie, and Jordan comes in and acts like an entitled brat. And I think that's where the heel pushing him is going to go. That he thinks he's entitled. He demands a match, a rematch against Roman Reigns because he thinks he did so well. Before Kurt can even respond, really, Samoa Joe attacks him and says that he'll basically take him down. Then we get a recap of Absolution, and we get Absolution come out. I thought it was going to be a three-way match, but it's not. It's just Paige against Sasha, although they bring Bayley and Mickey out to support her. It's a nice little women's match. Commentators still can't decide between whether it's Women's Revolution or Women's Evolution. If you guys don't know, I don't know. So choose one, and then we'll call it that. If you guys keep swapping and swapping between them, how are we, the audience, supposed to know? Paige dominates most of the match. Sasha starts getting some offense. At this point, it's when basically Mandy and Sonya kick the living hell out of Bayley and Mickey, should I say. I totally confused the names then. I was like, against who? And then, as a distraction, Sasha's distracted. Paige gets the win. Rampage. Boom. It's over. On a light note there, though, Alexa runs off again. So Alexa might be saying on commentary that she's not scared. Her actions are saying otherwise at this point. Kurt's backstage when Elias appears with a guitar. Says that he wanted an opportunity against Roman Reigns, but because he's giving it to his son, he's got nothing to do apart from sing his song. He then insults Jason Jordan's entitlement, to be fair, so he should. But Kurt, a bit annoyed about that, says he'll find him a worthy opponent. We get a recap of the Kane-Braun fraud. The Kane-Braun feud. And it's as we've seen in the recent weeks. So next you get cut to Enzo Amore in the Zo Train backstage. He's kind of giving him a pep talk. I'm not sure how it ends. Because of my feed, it cuts off. If it does in yours, let me know in the comments. Maybe it's just that they were short for time. I'm not sure whether it's just my feed or not. And then we get a 4-way cruiserweight match. Again, to basically elect another person for that number 1 contender match for next week. Still don't care. Gulak wins. I still don't care. I still don't feel any involvement in the cruiserweight. And if you're gonna do the number 1 contender matches on Raw, what is the reason for watching 205 live? Please tell me. Anyway, I will like to say that Gulak stole the victory from Cedric Alexander, but it's what heels do. Elias sings, does his usual thing. Cheapy, it's Elias. Then Braun comes out. I don't even think this is a real match. I don't hear the bell ring. But basically, he beats the hell out of Elias. Elias gets the guitar and whacks him with it. It has no effect, and he just gets destroyed. As that happens, Kane's music, and you're kind of expecting Kane to come out from underneath or behind. No, he just comes on the Titantron and gives basically a warning to Braun. Wow, a warning. Sure, Braun's scared. So scared. So scared of that warning. Yeah, I warn you. See, you're scared. I warn you. No, I wouldn't be scared if I were watching that. So, I don't know what they're doing with that. Let's just hope it's a nice squash match at the pay-per-view and Braun can move on to better things. But backstage, we go to Roman Reigns, and he's basically saying that he's done his bit tonight. It's up to Seth and Dean, who then come out, prep up basically for their own match, and that's it. Then we get Asuka. So Asuka, after dominating win last week, I thought they were just going to put her against a local competitor and let her dominate. No, Alicia Fox comes out and puts a decent matchup against Asuka, and I think that was the disappointment here, that we wanted Asuka to be dominant again. But to be fair, Alicia puts up a good fight. Obviously, Asuka wins. Absolution enters. And I'll be fair, at this point, I don't know what's going on with the Asuka Absolution thing. They allow her to leave the ring again after they surround it. So maybe Asuka is part of this. We'll find out in the coming weeks. Paige then says to Fox that she was the first person who were a friend when she first joined, and that she loves them. Unfortunately, Mandy and Sonya don't feel the same, and allows Mandy and Sonya to kick the living hell out of her. Take from what you may. We then get a backstage skit about Charlotte being in the new Psych movie that they're doing. Cool for her. Don't know what to say about that. It's cool for her. She's probably getting more attention than The Miz, who's doing a movie. What movie? I haven't heard of it. Then we get Finn Balor versus Bo Dallas. a yawn match that I didn't want, that should have been a squash match really for Finn. And no, Bo got some decent offence in here, mainly after the distraction. Otherwise, I think it would have been a squash match. But he's really not doing anything for Finn. Not really doing anything for Bo to lose. So why are we doing this? Why? Put Finn onto something better. Balor wins easily. We get a recap of the tag team title feud that's been going on, especially with when they lost the titles thanks to the New Day distraction. Matt Hardy, we get a little skit on him with his walking gimmick and Twitter. And then Bray Wyatt cuts a promo. And then Matt Hardy cuts a promo. Or walk on Matt Hardy. And they're kind of skitting between each other's promos. And it gets really confusing and weird. It really should have been one promo and then the other to counter it. But the way that they cut in between was weird. It was confusing. It was messy. And as not a person that... I know of the Hardy broken walking gimmick or whatever you want to call it. But a lot of casual fans don't. And it just serves to confuse them. I don't think the promo works out really well. I just put weird here in my notes. It was weird. There's a couple of good points where he goes, I've been walking, and it will send you to deletion. So Matt Hardy, and the crowd starts singing delete, delete, delete. But that's about it. Then we get Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose versus The Bar, Sheamus and Cesaro. I thought this was a good match. I thought it was a good, cracking little match until the end. The end with the DQ was just messy, and then when it got restarted by Kurt Angle, it just got more messy as Joe came out. Reigns came for Joe. A distraction was done, and Sheamus got the bro kick of the 1-2-3. It was messy, it was pointless, and it wasn't the end of Raw that I wanted. So anyway, I've been Ignorant Rawner. I will try and put some links up this time. I forgot last time. And please share, like, and subscribe. I'll be seeing you now, and I'll see you tomorrow for the SmackDown review. Goodbye.